Hello, Keenan Grant. Just documenting the process, my process. Not the process. I would say what's it called? Journey. Documenting the journey and what I'm doing. So right now, I'm in my college dorm, and I'm setting up what my plans are and how I'm gonna schedule my days, like a rough draft. How I'm gonna schedule my days, and um, creating to-do list for tonight. And right now I'm looking at the papers. That's why I'm going back and forth. So part of it is might be hard to tell or not as obvious, other than the repeating of the and the uhs. There it again with the speech. Had to pause to avoid the That helped. I've learned that from the video. With the speech and the other things like handwriting and getting a wrestler, so getting more in shape for wrestling, and other things including personal finance knowledge, learning more about business. I have my own business. I filed my LLC not too long ago. Did pretty well on that. I'm happy about that. Even if I'm not, because I was using my job income to kind of pay for some of the things that I needed. I thought I needed, but I really didn't. And I'm probably gonna cut those things and let it just die out. But now since I've moved from my city, my home city, to a different city to go to college, and I don't have a transportation, I have a car, so I have to leave those jobs, the ones that wouldn't let me be seasonal, or the ones that work. One of them was seasonal. One of them I could have asked, but I really didn't want to go back to that job. And so there's a high chance I'm gonna get this on-campus job, which might be the library. Still up in what's the name of that. There's only one other person that applied and is gonna interview tomorrow for that job. But I have the way the interview went. I feel like I did a good job and explained that I have the library knowledge. And even if they don't, I'm gonna apply. That's what I should add to my list. Apply to more campus jobs. Apply to more campus jobs probably tonight. Because she says she's gonna, today is Thursday, 8/29/2024. She said after Labor Day, which is September 2nd, or December 3rd, she'll let us know who's gonna get the job or whatever. But I'm very confident I'm gonna get that job. And it said that job pays $12 an hour. I can work up to 20 hours a week. So that'd be about 400. I would definitely try to max out at the 20 hours, as close as possible, even if it's 19. So I make it decent enough to at least cover the expenses I do have, which including my phone bill, and I pay for some credit building products, and I have 3 credit cards with low monthly payments and a little bit of debt. I'm gonna pay that off as soon as I can. And yeah, so I started this video recording to more so, I'm doing that again, more so keep myself in check and keep progress of how I go from this type of video to more of like a YouTube video, them high-end YouTube videos, or maybe I do things where I'm walking outside type of video, or maybe I'm interviewing somebody, maybe I'm getting interviewed, maybe I'm showing my workflow, maybe I'm showing what I'm doing, and see the things with like the speech change, see things with like progress of pictures of how I first how I first created things, maybe a digital content image versus how I do it in a couple months, how I am physically, how I dress, how I talk, improve the speech, cut out the ums, cut out the uhs, and progress in general. Like, maybe I'm a lot happier in the future videos. Maybe I'm energetic. Maybe I'm one of those serious type of people on the videos. Maybe I have varying accounts. Maybe I create like a business. Maybe I create like a gym or workout account. Maybe I create like a business explaining account on some sort. Like, seeing my progress from today to a couple months, like 3 months, even that amount of time, I feel like I would be a way different person. And I'm gonna make sure with daily actions that I do, that is obvious. Like, the room might look completely different. I might have things hanging up. I might become obsessed with some kind of like TV show, anime, or book, or artist of some sort. And then it's one of those non-stick, because it's a dorm room, non-stick things that go on the wall. Maybe I get better. Well, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if you defer from the straight conversation, because you might be able to get more, someone might get a better idea of what you're saying with throwing in that background information. But if needed, I would definitely practice working on that. And then I would still listen or keep note of my thoughts during, and see if I can get ideas from that. So like, I pull ideas from like a lot of places. Like, I might just start scribbling on paper and I see like a certain shape. It reminds me of something else. And I might come up with a business about that. I might come up with a video idea about that, or like a content piece about that. Or maybe I had a question and I do more research on that. So it just depends. I might keep it where I'd say those things in like a raw video and I cut it out, edit it nicely, or like do 2 shots. One where I keep in on my side comments, and then I get that video transcript. And the second one where I'm more reading off the script or going off of the script, and then creating like a new thing off of that. So yeah, the point of this video is I'm seeing where my progress is today for the next week, and then another weekly check-in, and then for the next couple months and more likely years, because I probably will start creating content, and I will be in a lot more people's faces when it comes to like either job internships, jobs, or I'm selling something, whether online or in person, or I'm working with people, working in the communities, volunteering, making myself known at like events, sporting events, wrestling, other sports. Yeah, just the video. I'm just documenting the process of today, seeing how I am next week, and further on and so forth. I'm confident I will be successful.